Come to the show. We about to chop it up. Come to the show. We got some things we can talk about. Come to the show. We about to chop it up. Come to the show. We got some things we can talk about. Chop it up. Chop it. Chop it. Chop it. Chop it up. Chop it. We got some things we can talk about. Chop it up. Chop it. Chop it. Chop it up. Chop it up. Chop it. We got some things we can talk about.
You are now tuned in to the Chop Shop with your host, Pastor Marvin McKenstry Jr. Let's chop it up.
Good evening, and welcome to another episode of the Chop Shop. As stated, I'm your host, Pastor Marvin McKenstry Jr., and I'm excited to do the show, but this show right here is straight to the heart. I need you to like, love, and share the broadcast. Y'all, this, like I said, unless you've been under a rock or part of local media, that's right, I said it, I'm starting off on fire. A part of local media, you got to know about the situation that we're going to be talking about tonight. And we got the man himself who's going to be here. So I'm going to hold off introducing him because I want to make sure that I introduce him like I would any other special guest, because he's a very special guest. He's one of our own. But there was a situation in Towson Wine and Spirits. Y'all saw it. It's all over the video, Murder Inc., all over the internet, Murder Inc. It really went viral. But we got some other perspectives that we're going to bring to it beyond dynamics, right? So let me get my co-hosts up on here. I got two co-hosts, y'all, that be riding with me, rocking with me, rolling with me, y'all. I'm talking about Double L herself. We talking about the one and only Miss Hot Take, Lady Lisha. Y'all work with me tonight. I just got finished eating. I shouldn't have tried to rush that in before we came on the air. Lady Lisha, how you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. How you doing?
I'm feeling pretty good. My soul is lifted. I've been in worship all week and having a good time in the Lord and anticipating this conversation. But before we go deep into that, I got to bring on the Thekeptwoman, the lady herself, the elegant, the classy Miss Chelsea, the Thekeptwoman. Chelsea, thank you for being with us as always.
Good to see everyone.
All right, y'all. Listen, we are here tonight in support of one of our own, and to talk about this very, very, very important situation.
Yeah.
2023, you would think that this wouldn't be happening. Right? But also in 2023, you wouldn't think that it would be handled the way that it's being handled. But before we get to that, let's get to these church announcements. As always, we kick off the church announcements the same way every time with the Stop the Beef hotline. Why? Because stopping murder, stopping people getting hurt, violent crime is priority one. Sponsored by the Men of the We Are Us movement. The Stop the Beef hotlines function 24/7, and it involves no police. You call 443-431-3705 or 443-522-7848. You will get a man on the other end who is going to get some information, and then the men are going to show up, and we do everything from mediation, intervention, all the way up into paid debts, put you on the bus, get you where you need to go. Long as you out of harm's way, it's all good. And walking hand in hand with the Stop the Beef hotline, y'all, we got the Baltimore peace agreement. That's right. It's been making the rounds, y'all. And it's interesting because when we go to certain neighborhoods that we've been to where the peace agreement has been signed off, as far as I know, the people who have signed the peace agreement has kept the peace agreement. Those of us who used to be in the streets came together with those that are still in the streets, those behind the wall, and just people who want to see peace in Baltimore came up with a 10-point plan that basically says if you got to eat in the streets, you don't have to die or kill in the streets. So make sure, if we haven't been to your neighborhood, give us a call. The Men of the We Are Us movement, We Are Us movement will bring the Baltimore Peace Agreement to you. All right. I took the day off, so I didn't do the show today, but one of my staff handled it. Lewis Monk, very capable, but regularly on Thursdays, the Employee Baltimore show goes forth. As we would say in the church, it goes forth on Thursdays at 2 p.m. Make sure that you plug in, y'all. Just this week alone, we had 130 people extended job offers.
That's awesome.
A new organization that's coming to Baltimore. They really already here, but they haven't opened and started doing business called Home Chef. And we also, on yesterday, had 100 people turn out for a work from home call center opportunity with Chase. So if you don't want to miss these opportunities, you want to make sure that you're tuning in on Thursdays at 2. Because if you're looking for an opportunity, the Mayor's Office of Employment Development is looking for you. All right, y'all. Listen, I'm still looking for help in various areas because we are getting ready to launch. We had some key members of our community that we had to send home and see home to the Lord. And now that we passed that, we get ready to jump off with our Lexington Terrace Youth Sports Flag Football. It's a summer initiative where the brothers are getting together. No grant funding, no government funding. We just getting together to give our young people in our community something to do that's going to help them stay safe this summer, be so tired that they can't be in the street after hours where all the trouble is. So if you want to help volunteer, hit that QR code, sign up. If you want to get your kids registered, sign up. Y'all, listen, this is a great thing that we're going to do. We're going to make a difference this year. Tuesday Tea Talks with Donna Black, the one and only Mr. Donna Black. We gotta get on here to talk about her show. I be kept checking her out, y'all. She does the same thing. She streams live, but she's also in person, and she wants you to come in the building. $5 admission, tea and pastry served. Must be 18 or older. Oh, they having grown folks talk. 6 p.m. every Tuesday, 4603 York Road, Baltimore, Maryland, 21222. All right, y'all. I've been doing this for 4 years now. And listen, don't get it twisted. My pastoral anniversary ain't about celebrating what was done. It was about getting prepared for what is to come. Some of my very dearest friends in ministry, most of which who've been doing this a lot longer than me, are going to be in the building. The one and only Dr. Kevin Daniels is going to be bringing the prophetic word of God. Y'all, this is a launch point for me to go into year 5 with the greatest church, strong leaders. Y'all, I'm excited. So join us Sunday at 3 p.m. Sunday at 3, we're going to be in the building with Dr. Kevin Daniels and so many of my loved ones. Y'all, come on out and let's have a good time in the Lord. All right, we starting the summer off with love. Y'all see it. We got Rainbow Israel, Adonna Black, John Young, Kingdom Kai, one of my guys. We got, I ain't even going to try, Jazaniah, okay. All right, and Jay Andre, the minister of love, the mighty Christian Naz. Boy, they sound like they gonna quartet you all you can handle. And my bro, Eric Waddell and Abundant Life Singers are coming together, y'all, for to begin the summer with love tour. It's actually gonna be more than one stop along the way, but this one is gonna kick off on June 25th. That's right, y'all. This Sunday at 3 p.m. 4805 Liberty Heights Avenue, Baltimore, Maryland, 21207. All right. Y'all heard the church music in the background, the light organ going, playing Nearer My God to Thee or something. I can't never make out what it's playing, but it's playing, all right? We are ready to have this conversation, y'all. But before we get into it, I need y'all to like, love, and share this broadcast. Tag people in the comments who you think you should be here. Somebody tag Towson Wine and Spirits and the dude that own it, and every media outlet that is in Baltimore City, because they ain't talking about this. But before I go off on my rant, we want to bring the full story to you, and we got an exclusive tonight with the man. We always talk about the man who captured video, the man that was insulted, but yet didn't turn to violence.
Right.
The man that was called something that should make any black man want to do harm to somebody, but yet he kept his composure and held his peace. I was talking to somebody, and they was talking about, well, nobody should do violence under any circumstances. Listen, y'all, I'm trying to tell you, there's some things you better not say to me, but I'm going too far. Without further ado, let me bring on my right hand and my left hand, my main man, Mr. Shaka Pitts, who's always on the ones and twos. Shaka, I meant to ask you earlier, can we get the video played? Because I want the people to hear the video, and then I want us to have this conversation.
Yeah, not a problem.
All right, y'all, we're going to get the video played because apparently there has been some people who've been living under a rock for the last couple of days that have not seen this ultra viral video of what took place out in Towson Wine and Spirits. I'm going to keep saying the name. If you spending $1 or $35 or $100 there, don't spend it there no more. That's right. We calling for a shutdown. Y'all check this out. Please.
Also, keep in mind, people, there is adult language about to be spoken. So just FYI, if you have kids nearby, there are adult words about it.
We don't have no group. We don't have that.
Nah, brother, they getting it the way I got it.
Okay.
I didn't get a bleep. I didn't get a bleep. So
Right. Right.
you know. So yeah, I do have it queued up though.
I'm ready.
So,
I'm ready when you are. I can
Okay.
see it on the screen.
Okay. All right. Let me get to it. And here it goes.
Hey, yo, do not shop in this racist ass spot right here. Don't shop there. Don't shop at him. He's a racist. This dude right here is a racist. Don't shop here. Racist ass. Every time I come in, he has an attitude. And he's racist. Don't shop here. Him. Do not shop here.
Fuck you, nigga.
See him?
Got that?
You see him? Yep, I got that.
Got that?
I got that. I got that. Thank you. That's what I needed, sir. Thank you.
All right, y'all. We are in 2023. And not that I believe progress in the progress at the level that is normally stated for those who attempt to be politically correct. But I do believe that we should be at a place the way we not just that comfortable saying those types of things. Shaka, that's a 34-second video. What I want you to do is to kick it off, bro, by giving us some context and help us to understand a little bit more fully what took place in that interaction and some of the things that led to what we just saw in the video.
Sure. So that was my second or third time there. I think my second time there. My second time there. I only went there to get pistachios because I'm working. I'm not going there to get any wine or spirits. I'm on the clock. It's maybe 11 o'clock or so daytime. So I walk in there, and mind you, the first time I went in there, it was a very poor customer service vibe that I just chalked up to poor customer service vibe, So, which is why y'all heard me say every time I come in here. So it's not like I come in here, I went in there 300 times and the guy disrespected 300 times and came back for the 301st time. That it wasn't that, but it was every time because the first time was a weird, rude experience, and the second time was what y'all saw. So I grabbed the pistachios. Matter of fact, I'm a pistachio. This is what I do, right? So I went to get those. So I grab them, and the price is on it, so I know how much they cost. He says $3. Not a problem. I have my phone in my hand. I says I want to pay electronically. He just has his hand out to me with my camera. He has his hand out to me like this. He says $3 and just puts his hand out like this. So I says I want to pay with my phone, and he just still keeps his hand out. So I says, can I pay with my phone? He just still keeps his hand out. He hasn't said a word to me. He hasn't spoken to me. Besides the $3. He didn't speak to me when I came in. Nothing. Just $3. So now I'm just trying to pay and leave. He's not responding to me. So I start looking to see if there's for the electronic scanner. So I see the scan. So I'm on the right side of the register, closer to the door. I had to go to the left side of the register to where the scanner was, and then I linked over and scanned it myself. Boop, boop. And then once I scanned it, I started letting them know that I didn't appreciate his poor customer service. So I started letting them know, like, actually it was questions more so than statements. It was like, why are you not speaking to me? Why you didn't interact with me? Why you treat me like it was more questions than statements. So during one of the questions, I put brother in there. It was like, why you treat me like this, brother? Or why you acting like this, brother? It was something to that effect. It was brother at the end of it. And as soon as I said brother, he says, I'm not your brother. Then I instantly like, oh, okay, say less. And I went, I treated him accordingly. I gave him some words, and let him know how I feel about his racism. And he told me, he told me how he felt about me. Some f bombs back and forth, whatever. At that point, for me, it was just two dudes doing their thing, right? Two dudes don't feel each other, so we speaking, we letting know each other know how we feel. He tells me get out. Yeah, all right. I get out. I pull out my phone, and that's what y'all saw.
Here on Live with Chop Shop, we come to you every Thursday at 6 p.m. We talking to Shaka Pitts. The viral video that you saw, have been seeing this week, as I said before, unless you've been under a rock, of an interaction. What's that dude's name, man? I'm calling names. I'm all that. We won't put all of it out.
It is it Marcus Douglas or Douglas Marcus? I'll tell you.
Marcus Douglas Martin or something.
Doug Marcus. Doug
Marcus is the owner of Towson Wine and Spirits, and the man that you saw in that video, who was very egregious in his expression of the racial term towards our producer, Shaka Pitts. Shaka, so let's keep progressing through the context of the story. You have the video is posted and is shared over and over and over and over again. I know I was one of the first people to post it because you sent it to me. And the video goes viral. It even finds its way onto Murder Inc. Baltimore, which is really well more multifaceted than just broadcasting murders at this point. But it's a place that has a lot of followers and people pick it up and they give a lot of context to the video and a lot of exposure to the video.
Right.
So it's essentially gone viral, right? So it's not that we don't have people who know what happened, right? Then the Afro newspaper reaches out to you. Tell us a little bit about that.
So the Afro, I tagged the Afro in the initial post. I tagged everybody. All the local media was tagged in the initial post. And the Afro is the only news outlet that responded back to me directly on the post. And they told me on the post, send this to our editor at boom boom boom. Email this with a little backstory to our editor. So I did that, and I think the next day or so I was called or I was emailed and asked if I would like to be interviewed. And the next day they called me. We interviewed 9 a.m. On Saturday morning. This happened Friday morning. I interviewed 9 a.m. Saturday. I think it was out on Sunday.
All right. And so Sunday morning, this article comes out and Shock sent it to me. I was driving, I think, at the time that he sent it to me. And I wasn't able to actually read it. So I saw it and thought that maybe they picked up the video. I say, Shock, what did they talk to you? And of course, in classic Shaka form, oh, you must ain't read it, brother. I couldn't read it.
Short division, ladies.
But we're talking about the Afro, to my knowledge, up until this moment, being the only media outlet local that has covered this.
Yes. Now I will say the Banner reached out to me, but it wasn't for an interview. They reached out to ask me where was the protest going to be.
We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that.
That's
so the Baltimore Banner reaches out, and the Baltimore Banner does not reach out to you to cover the story, but they're looking for when the ruckus. Because y'all got to get the context of this. That I'm not interested in hearing your story and helping you get your story out there.
Right.
But look, if it's gonna get sexy, we want to be the first one. Let's call it what it is, right? This is local media. We haven't seen it on Fox. We haven't heard it on the radio. We haven't anywhere. C4 and Brian Neiman. We haven't seen it anywhere, and it ain't for short of the video being put out there. Listen, if we're calling your name or we saying something about you, and it's because you really were unaware, okay, we can accept that.
Right.
But this can't be the type of situation that happens and nobody seems to care to cover it.
Nah, I'm gonna call it, Marv. Why are you unaware? Right? Like, how is this not part of your algorithm? Somehow, right? Listen, it's part of. I'm not my barber's Facebook friend, or no, he's not my barber. It's my. I'm gonna say he's my alternate barber, right? But I get my hair cut by this dude. I'm just riding down the street and I see him. I put my hand up. You know, he's like, "Oh, yo, what up, Shaka?" And then I'm riding. He's like, "Yo, was that you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, yo, that was me." He's like, "Yo, I knew that was you. I was in a dispensary. I'm in a dispensary." And the bud tender was like, "Yeah, I heard your voice on the." So don't act like, you know, you don't. Come on. So if you do this, if this is your field, it definitely should have hit your radar. If this is your wheelhouse, it definitely should have hit your radar.
Why do you think it's not getting the media coverage?
Personally, I think you're gonna give me the talking, Marv, but we here, like,
Yeah, I want you to.
It's what are they getting out of it? What can they get out of it?
Right. Right.
What can they listen? And when I listen, I'm not even talking about the media, right? I'm gonna alley you the media tomorrow, right? I'm talking about these local activists.
Oh no, we gonna get to that. I don't want to get to that.
You know what I mean? But I'm saying, but that's who my main gripe is with. The media, I expect them to do media-ish. I expect that, right? But from people who say this is what they about the people and they about the struggle and they about the plight and they about the this and the that. What I gotta get killed by that man? And then you'll get your news spot. So nah, and y'all know me. Y'all know me. This Shaka. Y'all know me. But where y'all at? And don't tag me no more, no posts.
So let's get to the part that you're talking about, because I wanted to frame it out kind of this way. So the media doesn't pick it up for whatever reason. It doesn't find value or doesn't find.
And they were tagged even on the Instagram.
I know I tagged.
The Instagram page is where it's going super viral, and they've been tagged up. No hyperbole, minimum of 20 times. I see 20 different people tagging 15 different news outlets.
I have a question though. So let's say it makes it to the media, it goes on the news. What do you expect them to say? Like, let's be honest, because this isn't new. White people, racist people were racist long before today. Nothing has changed. I don't think
I think the conversation is the responsibility. Hold on. I think the conversation is the responsibility of the news outlets to report the news, right? Is this not news? Is this not news?
It's every day.
Because it's every day, because racist people do racist things. Does that make it not news when it's caught on video?
When it's in the government center, when it's in the government area of Towson, downtown.
I sent this show and the link to the Towson Chamber of Commerce. Those are the people that might care. But
no, sister. I walked into the Chamber of Commerce 10 minutes after it happened. See, I'm that guy, right? I'm old school. I'm brick and mortar. Yeah. I'm not emailing you. I'm on your doorstep, right? So he's not part of the chamber.
Of course.
And here's the other thing. Here's the other reason why I need my people to get active, because this is not a secret, people. They know who he is.
Right.
Exactly.
So when I told them the story, I'm like, he's like, oh yeah, and like him, like with the him, yeah.
It's not.
It's not his first time.
But it's not even about his first time doing that. It's about they know the type of person he is. They know that he carries vitriol. They know that he's a danger to the community, right? He already has a justifiable murder under his belt, right? So y'all saw on the video, you saw him coming out. You saw him coming around the counter.
Yeah.
All right. So my thing is make racists scared again, right? When Where's the uncomfortability? So my thing is, Lisha, it's not about them saying it. Yeah, like whatever, right? But they're saying it with the saying it with the comfortability, as if there's no consequences, there's no pressure, there's no anything. That's my problem, right?
But there's a responsibility for the media to report the news. Yeah, nobody has answered my question. Is this not news?
It's not news.
It's not news. No. It's not new, but it's not newsworthy.
It's not news because, first of all, businesses have the right to refuse service to anybody that they choose to refuse service to. Number one. Number two, we don't have to go in there to give him business. Number three, he has the right to feel whatever the heck he want to feel. Now, if he want to say it out of his mouth, he gonna say it to the wrong one to get caught.
That's the problem, because all of that stuff that you're saying sounds good, but the truth is, when he decides to come out of his mouth and on video,
and just comfortable. He was comfortable.
Five years ago in May, right? I chose to not cooperate with a police officer. It made every news. I never used a racial slur. I never knew. I get it. I understand the position and the seat that I held at the time, because we in the consent decree, it made it sexy. But y'all, even our guests, y'all get in the comments and talk to me. Are we at a place where a white man who is a business owner doing business with the public in the community, right, uses a racial slur to that magnitude, that comfortably on, and it's not news?
And not only this, let me say this. Let me say this, and I'm gonna say this, and this may be from a black man perspective. I don't know, but that man committed violence against me, yo. Like I don't know what y'all think that was. That was violence. That was violence. I chose not to dance, but that was violence.
Yeah, he was comfortable with it.
And so it's not even a comfortability. It was violence and comfortability, right? But that was violence.
Yo, let me tell you, and I just posted this. My guy Clay Burston, he says race stories are no longer trending. News outlets have owners who care primarily about their bottom line. Sharing important stories that no one cares about isn't the best business model. Yo, let me tell you why that you tripping. And I love you, Overseer. You my guy. But you tripping because if it would have ended up with Shaka dead, it'd have been on every news outlet, and it would have been race related. Don't tell me when every chance they get, they trying to say is the story out in Anne Arundel County where the white man took his gun and he shot the Hispanic people. It was on every news outlet. Talk to me. Every news, it was on not only on every news outlet. We're exploring if this is a hate crime. So when did race stories no longer trend?
Why do we act like?
Hold on, this stuff happened in the same week, and it consumed the media. Was it because Shock didn't get killed? And that's fair, but I want to hear from you.
If he would have called me an alphabet slur, if he would have called me an alphabet slur, would that have made the news?
I was gonna get to that part.
I'm glad Shaka walked away, though. I'm glad you walked away.
We're gonna get to he walked away. To God be the glory. But listen at what he just said. If in fact he had been called a slur of the LGBTQ community, right? Would it have been reported? Talk to me.
So since when did black pain become an issue for the media in this? Like, let's be real.
Every time we got killed. Every time we got killed.
When it's a murder, because that goes on the stats. That goes on the stats, and every murder isn't reported. So let's be realistic. We're asking or expecting the media to report on things that impact us that they don't care about. They don't have a benefit in that. There's no money coming in. It's not going to.
I'm not disagreeing with the conversation.
It's not going to increase. It's not going to increase.
I'm not disagreeing with the conversation about the bottom line, whether it's you having that conversation or whether it's my good friend, man of God, Bishop, Overseer Clay Burston, who I love. I got to say that now, because if you disagree with somebody, you know it's got to be a beef. That's my guy. But what I'm saying is this. We cannot say that the race context does not play It's not trending when we see the complete opposite in the same week of the 48-hour news cycle.
Listen, man.
Listen, let's take old media off the table because y'all know there's a term called old media now. Old media, white people call white people the N-word. I can't stand him. But listen, there's a term called old media because vlogging shows like the Chop Shop, Roland Martin Unfiltered, and so many others are out there now that are reporting the thing. So let's take old media.
Shout out to Larry Wallace. Shout out to Larry Wallace because he's been covering this also. He's with is it Urban Network?
Let's take old media off the table, right? Because we still gonna get to the protesters. We're gonna get to that. Where the vloggers?
But I wanted to address
where the vloggers and where are the independent media?
I sent it to Rashad Ritchie also. You know, so
why do we believe that? So let's get old media off the table. It don't benefit Sinclair Broadcasting. It don't benefit some of them. Where is because I don't listen. Fox don't get ratings off of me. I watch YouTube all day, every day. I can control what I view, right? Yeah. Where are the black-led media sources, the black-owned media sources? Where that now, y'all? You, Pastor Clay, you still here with us? Talk to me, brother. Where Lisha, talk to me, because y'all said it ain't worthy to Sinclair Broadcasting and WJZ and all that. Where's black media?
What's the expected outcome?
No. I need you to answer my question. I need you to answer my question. Where is the vloggers? Where is where the Facebook livers? Everybody got a platform now that got a little phone in their hand. Where they at? Talk to me.
It's not going to bring about any new viewers. We're used to this. This is what I'm saying.
But do you understand what you're saying? It's unimportant if we're not getting killed. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying to the masses.
But here's the deal. A couple of 100,000 people do give a damn. At least a couple of 100,000 people. So my thing is this: I don't care about those people out there. I'm talking about our people. So I'm gonna say, damn, Lisha, you don't like you know what I mean? I'm gonna look and say, damn, Davon, you don't, because guess what? I know what that was. I know what that is, and I've been there for my people, and I'm here for my people. But I don't get that. Just even on, damn, yo, that was shock, yo.
So
even on the first level, what I want is to act like it's not okay. Act like it's not okay.
So let's go ahead and shift to that. This happened on last Thursday, Friday. Last Friday, this takes place. It's gone viral, and pretty much the next phase of this conversation. And I'm anxious to hear what you guys response would be to this. And Shaka said it himself. Where the protests, where the activists, where the power to the people, we shutting them down. Where's that? Y'all talk to me. Clay, make sure you put this, Pastor Clay, you put something in the comments as to this part as well. Why do we not see the there you go. You stay coming up. Go to your blacktivists before you come to the church. We get to the church if that's a conversation.
I'm counting all stakeholders. All stakeholders is mine. I'm not counting. I'm not holding anyone.
Yeah, but you had a propensity right in the middle of me. Y'all hear that word? Right in the middle of me.
I have a what word?
Propensity. Right in the middle of me, looking for the brothers and the sisters who do this, boots on the ground. Talk to me about that. You have a propensity to ship us right to the church. I ain't having it tonight, brother. I know
listen,
you.
Listen, Marv. It's really not, community?
For me, and you know what? For me, Marv, you know, I'm old school, brother. I count the church as that community. For me,
well,
or should be,
absolutely.
or should be.
But come on,
I'm not
don't
pointing
see
at the
that
church.
dynamic the way we used to see it.
No, but I do. So I'm speaking from me, y'all. I'm saying I expect the I'm not, and when I say church,
Oh yeah,
that's the wrong word. That's the wrong
play
word.
my guy. Hold
about,
up.
Listen, that's the wrong word. I didn't mean church. So church is the wrong word. I'm talking about religious institutions. So I'm talking about the allies and everybody, man.
Pastor Clay heard you, Pastor Clay. Don't leave the NOI. But listen, listen. The real conversation is, again, and I prefer to break it down, right? If we're talking about the activism community, right?
Right.
Because let's go back maybe a summer or two ago when you had Vincent's Crab House.
Yep.
Okay.
Right? Mm-hmm. Now, Vincent's Crab House, I think he got outed by somebody from behind the scenes. Vincent didn't very
Vince,
whatever. Vince didn't very forthright, literally, with the most negative oomph on it, address a black customer that way. I believe Vince was in a space with some people that he thought he was comfortable with, and they was chumming it up. Correct me if my context isn't right. And somebody chose to out him, and here we come. The whole community went out there, tried to shut him down. Wasn't successful. Right? Why? How is it that we had, and we can't use the county dynamic because that was Baltimore County too. How is it that in the context of serving a black customer, caught on camera, using that terminology, and Vince did something that he thought he was doing in the privacy of his own friend circle, and yet y'all showed up. Somebody talk to me about it. You on Live with the Chop Shop. We come to you every Thursday at 6 p.m. I'm trying to understand.
After you see that that nothing happens, you think people going to, first of all, there were still black folk buying crabs at Vince when the protests were going on. Number one. So let's make that clear. Just because we have these protests and we out these people is not going to stop some people from doing what they want to do. They don't care. So our people don't care. Secondly, what happens when we do all of this and we don't see a result? Vince got cut a massive check after the protests to reimburse him for what he lost when he had to shut down. Like, there was what happened? What is the outcome?
So because I want to put in context what you're saying. So the black activist is exhausted with pointless protests, is what you're saying?
Pretty much, yes. Because what is the outcome? That, I mean, at the end of the day, we can do X, Y, and Z. But if we're going to go right back 3 months later and be at the same place with the same racist folk and their customer base is go right back to where it used to be, what is the point of doing what we're doing?
I think that was one of the flaws of the attempt in the first place. It didn't seem to me to have any real objective other than we shutting you down. It did not have a plan, didn't have an objective. It didn't have any of that.
And it
didn't have strong leadership. It didn't have people that had some, because when you're going to do that sort of thing, let's go back 50, 60 years when we looking at the Southern Christian, what is it called? The Southern Christian Leadership Council, SCLC, and Dr. King and all of them. They were in places where they had a sphere of influence. Them people went out Vincent's Crab House. They had not one stakeholder from Baltimore County in the area that had the level of influence to be able to say to anybody, y'all don't buy no crabs. We want to vilify the people that kept coming to buy crabs, but the people who kept coming to buy crabs probably wasn't even aware in most cases why the people was out there trying to shut them down. All you see is a bunch of rowdy, raucous people trying to shut a business down that was supplying something that, now y'all know my grandmother was the crab lover.
Pastor.
My grandmother probably told y'all, get out the way. She gonna get
now, you know, the way social media go, every black folk, they just determined within themselves that I don't know that.
I'm not gonna make that blanket statement. Because I think we have a Baltimore City mentality at work here. When you really look at the county's perspective is this is our community. These are our community businesses and community vendors. This is where I go to get groceries. Excuse me. Where I go to get crabs. Where I go to get my choice beverages. And I think it's a different dynamic. And I think the reason that we fail is because we take the city mentality out there to the county, not realizing you step on a lot. You listen, when I went down Lexington Terrace, where I grew up and wanted to start talking about bringing some peace and changing the dynamic, I had to enroll the people that were there on the ground. You can't send a bunch of Baltimore City activists and protesters to Baltimore County and they don't check in with the stakeholders and all of that sort of thing.
Pastor, we're saying the same thing. What I'm saying is, why recreate the same system that has not been working? What was the outcome? We need to do something different. So it's not going to come about the way that it's happened in the past. If we want,
I didn't say it was. I'm asking why.
What I'm hearing is just inaction. What I'm hearing is defeatism. That's what I'm hearing.
Right.
What I'm hearing is inaction. And I'm sorry, I'm just not cut from that cloth. This is baffling me to even hear some of this talk, to even see the things that's being put in the chat. Baffles me. It really does. So let me say this. Let me say this. That man is hurting right now. You know how I know he's hurting? He tried to apologize twice. Once on Facebook and once as I was walking by the store, and I told him, no, you're going to feel this. That was intentional. So everything that comes from this, whatever comes from the community, whatever comes from the whatever, is going to be intentional. Leave me alone. Don't talk to me.
So what is it that you want?
Hold on. It's not about what I want. It should be what do as a community. What do we want to happen?
Thank you.
Right? Like this is what's weirding me out. Like this
it ain't weirding me out.
Like what? Like is it like?
It ain't. It's not weirding me out. It's really literally me asking questions that I know the answers to. Right? I'm not accepting the fact that racism isn't a trending topic. I see that every time I turn on the news, you can't hear so much about black on black crime if race is not a trending topic. I'm sorry. You can't do that to me. I'm a little too active and too informed in what is and what isn't. What I'm trying to say is we have a dynamic that operates in urban Baltimore in the city, right? That does not function. Listen, y'all wouldn't believe how many so-called black activists wanted to call me out in my situation with the police. How many preachers wanted to call me out in my situation with the police? Right? But I guess we're going to say police is a trending topic. No. We pick out priorities, and the response that we've seen since this situation says that a black man can be insulted in the highest order. And what we're going to do, because it's not a part of the 48-hour news cycle, as Pastor Burston said, and because of this, that, or the other, the defeatist attitude, we ain't gonna no longer care about that. We gonna let social media do what social media do, but we not gonna take up a fight on that black man's behalf.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that we don't care.
I'm not talking about you. I'm not saying what you're saying specifically. I'm telling you what the response says to me. The overall response or lack thereof says to me that this can happen to a black man, but had that same black man went and tore the fur off of him, he'd be getting prosecuted right now, and other people would have been saying he didn't have to respond that way. The same people that have no response to this black man being insulted by this white man in a business establishment.
I've seen comments from a variety of people that actually blame Shaka, and these are black people.
Lisha, those folk don't matter. Those are the ones that we feed to the oppressors.
They matter. No. If they stop mattering, we not a community.
No, what I'm saying is, Marv, you're always going to have those. Those are the ones that you don't like. They're not going to be with us anyway, right? So what I'm saying is, I'm talking about the people who are supposed. This is what you understand? Like, where are those? So Shaka, who would now, and again, and I can do this. I might just have to, right? Shaka, who was the victim. Y'all looking at Shaka. What you gonna do, Shaka? What I'm gonna do, nigga? What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Because I ain't gonna let, if somebody did that to you, I'm like, yo, boom, we rallying up for yo. We doing boom, 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 boom. But I'm from that cloth, right? And I don't care about what's your outcome. The outcome is to not make yo feel like this is okay. Let's start with that. Let's just start with that.
And let's be clear, y'all.
Let's
we
just
not
start with
talking
that.
If going and taking up signs and walking in front of his business ain't your lane, right? Everybody has a platform, right? Everybody has a platform, whether it's your pulpit you preach from, whether it's the mosque that you teach in or whatever preaching, whether it's your social media, whatever. Everybody has a platform.
Right.
So I don't want you to get caught up in that idea that we talking about you going up there and no justice, no peace if that ain't your lane. But there's some folks that over time have prescribed that this is their lane.
And they not showing up.
Because what message are we sending right now? I know the man is being hurt in his pockets because of some people of principle. And watch what I'm about to say. That don't want to be seen there for a season. Don't think that it's I ain't going there no more. No, it's hot. Y'all know how it's hot over there right now. Y'all don't you never know. You never know when once it becomes clear that the protests ain't coming and that the media ain't coming, they're gonna go right over there and get their bottle of wine, man.
Yeah.
So the question for me is, what is it that you want to happen though? Even if we go out there,
that question 5 times. We deaf to the answer.
Right.
We deaf to the answer.
You don't have to. Right. I can tell you again.
That just is.
Right?
Go ahead. I'm sorry, Shaq.
No, it's just the basic thing of he cannot, as a community, we cannot let them feel like this is okay.
Okay.
We cannot. So whatever that is, right? What would you do? I mean, again, as a community, treat the community as an individual, right? So as an individual, what would you do if someone did that to you? Would you let someone, again, Marv is a big dude. If Marv accosted me physically, I'm still gonna punch Marv in the face. He gonna know that, hey, listen, I can pick Shock up and throw him, but every time I try to do that, Shock's gonna punch me in my face.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Because the other message, the other message that we send is you can't expect a righteous response unified from the black community. So when the white man do that to me, I might as well go in and not handle it the way that Shaka handled it and walk away and attempt to bring some level of response to it that's nonviolent. No, I'm gonna go in and deal with them because them people, we're not defending each other from that level of attack anymore. I'm still gonna go back to what Shock said. Let it have been a slur towards somebody in the LGBTQ community. Well, every politician in Baltimore City.
That's what I was about to say. That issue matters. Our issue has not mattered. And I'm not saying it's okay. I'm saying that when will we just accept the fact that they don't give a crap about us, and then we can start doing something different. As long as we're looking for somebody to today.
I had one problem with what you're saying. You said they don't care about us. We're not talking about them caring about us. We're talking about we caring about us. Because the LGBTQIA community is not going to wait for you to go take up their fight.
They're going to make it so hot that you got to come down and see what's going on. They're going to make it so uncomfortable that the pizza shop across the street is going to be like, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about. Again, just old school pressure, just the pressure, right? Pressure. Because guess what? If I show up there with 30 bikers and we just playing music and we just actually just playing him saying fuck you nigga I'm sorry y'all on the speaker, right? We just playing what he said on the speaker, just right down in the middle of the whole, we just doing that. Somebody's gonna be upset,
right?
Somebody's gonna be uncomfortable. Someone's not gonna walk down. That's all. It don't take much, yo. All I'm saying is stop letting these people think it's okay. Because as an individual, I'm not going to let them think it's okay. If they did it to you and I'm out, I'm not going to, like, what are we doing, people? Have we become that type of people?
are we waiting for somebody to start? Because I'm trying to understand what.
So here's the deal.
Because I know I'm gonna be out there.
But here's the deal. That's my thing, sis. I could literally make a Facebook post in 2 bike groups and say this is what we're doing. My thing is this ain't my wheelhouse. My thing is I'm the damn victim. That's all I'm saying. Where y'all at? There are people saying, "Yo, what's up, Shock?" There are people saying, "Yo, what's up, Shock?" Where's the rally? What's going on? I'm talking about civilians saying, "Yo, what's up? Where's this going down?" So I'm saying, okay, where's y'all the leaders that do this thing? Because if you say, "Yo, Shock, we need a bike ride for cancer," all right, bro, it's done in 2. It's done. I've already got it planned out. When are we doing it? What you need? Because this is what I do, and I'm a leader in that community. That's my wheelhouse. So what are you doing in your wheelhouse? All right, so I got to do that.
I'm stopping murders and getting people jobs. That's my wheelhouse.
And I'm okay with that, right? And you got me on your show, right?
And I'm using my platform to make sure that the word get out.
That's all I'm saying, bro. So what I'm saying is, you doing this community stuff, and you ignore what's been going on for a week, or you don't see it, right? And then you tag me with 99 other people about some community. Don't tag me in that. Or I tag you and you ignore it, but then an hour later you making a post on my timeline with a post, delete it, get up out of here, yo. Don't play with me. I'm too authentic for that. And no, I don't expect everyone to be me, but I do expect everyone to have a certain metric of morality. And if you don't have that, then I can't bang with you. And yeah, I do judge you. Call it how whatever. But no, I'm from a different
I think
era.
there's some truth. I think there's some truth to everything that we've heard on here. I do believe that there's a level of exhaustion. I do.
I believe it. I believe
that there's a level of exhaustion, and to me, that's not something that I'm going to vilify, because I've been in those spaces. That's how I learned specifically that the lane that I function best in isn't on the front lines of the protest, because I've been there. I've been a major figure in the Freddie Gray uprising, a major figure when we Michael Brown before Freddie Gray ever happened, a major figure in these places where marches, walks, and protests have happened. I've been there, done that, right? But it brings to bear a question, and this is the question that we got to ask ourselves, right? Especially I hope Pastor Clay's still with us. We should have brought him on the panel today. You know, he's an antagonist. That's my guy. But it brings to bear that question. Does it only matter when we die?
Oh, wow.
I think so, Marv. I think so.
And if that's the reality we got to embrace, let's go ahead and embrace it. That Black lives only matter when we die. Because that's the only time Black lives. I ain't seen what's Little Blue Vest your name. Little Blue Vest ain't been around. And I'm talking conscious Black media, conscious people who conscious, that term, they woke, right? If the only time it's going to matter is when somebody who look like me die, I'm letting y'all know now, I ain't going to be the victim.
Listen, man. Listen, no, let's not get off the show before we, listen. Where's ceasefire at for me right now, yo?
That's not their name no more.
Oh, the Baltimore Peace Movement. Is that what it is? Something like that. Anyway, y'all know who I'm talking about. Yeah, they galvanize. They show up. They do vigils. They do like where's LBS? You know, where's just the politicians? There's the local politicians. Where's all the people that do this work and trying to stop people from getting killed and trying to make our situation better? Whatever it is you do. And see, this will be different, Marv. I'm saying as a community, we should be coming together. Like you said, I'm gonna do my part over here, B. I ain't out there with no picket, but I'm here, right? So I'm saying as a community, where are we as a community? As a community. And some of this is personal for me because I'm like, damn, I'm shocked, yo. I've been active, yo. Now it's now I can't get it.
I can't get it. I didn't paid it forward for 2 decades, and I can't get it.
I don't know, y'all. Listen, don't think that this is a show where there's a bunch of call outs when people haven't been called in. We got to wrap because we about to go off the air. Y'all, listen, this is a much needed conversation. We got to have these conversations. We've got to really explore when it comes down to these, because we have those movements, those people who have literally designated that they are the ones when it comes down to the idea of Black Lives Matter. My question still remains the same thing. Does Black Lives Matter only as it's associated with murder? Only as it's whether it's murder by civilians, murder by police, is that the only place that Black Lives Matter? Because I bold the question, if a Black man can be insulted to that level by a business owner in his establishment, caught on video
with a gun.
Yeah, he does. He did have a gun on his hip. The man, the owner of the store, had a gun on his hip. Courage on his hip, right? If in fact, now, and I'm gonna leave y'all with this because we get ready to sign off. If in fact Black lives only matter when we die, do Black lives matter at all?
Mama.
Get in the comments. Those that's been in the comments, I've seen a bunch of people log on, ain't had nothing to say, right? Silence is activity.
Yeah, it is.
It's not a lack of activity, it's activity. Your silence says a lot about who you are and what you stand for. So we seen you log in. We did. I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. I want to thank my co-host, Lady Lisha, Miss Hot Topic herself, and Chelsea Thekeptwoman. I want to definitely thank my right hand and my left hand, my main man, Mr. Shaka Pitts, who's not only our producer tonight, but he is our very special guest. And I'm going to say this. I want to thank Towson Wine and Spirits. Why? Because there's a whole nother level of exploration of things in our community that we need to get to. And it's been put on display because of the actions of the owner. And I hope that if nothing else, regardless as to where you stand, Towson Wine and Spirits and Mr. Doug Marcus's actions make you question, do Black lives really matter? Or do they only matter when Black people are dying? Next week, we want you to tune into the show. We're going to have my friend and my brother on the show, Mr. TJ Smith. TJ has one of the hottest new radio shows in the city. And he's confirmed to be with us next week. We're going to be talking about all things Baltimore, more back to our wheelhouse, but we couldn't let this week come and go and not have this conversation. So tune in next week. We're going to be checking in on the trending topics as it pertains to the city of Baltimore, city government, police department, all that stuff that we normally talk about. Y'all, I need y'all to make sure that y'all are in the building. Listen, I say it every week in closing. Trust God. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not to your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge him, and he will direct your path. Be the change that you want to see. If you want to see something change in your area, don't leave, because the same mess can be everywhere. Be the change. Take up what you need to take up. Stand 10 toes down for where it is you are and what you believe in. And always remember, above and beyond everything else, that you can be more. Thank you for being with us tonight.
Oh, and Marv, I tagged those people I spoke about. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's what I said. Don't think that it was a call out and they wasn't called in.
All right, outstanding. Peace, y'all.